Hi everyone, this is Jesus Rivas from the Planning, Research and Institutional Effectiveness Office. In this video, I'll talk to you about the different milestones that instructional writers need to complete for the annual integrated planning process. First milestone that we have is a meeting with your team. The purpose of this meeting is for you and your team to go through all the different templates that you need to complete and assess what's the best way to work with them. We encourage you to have this meeting by September 21st so that you can plan for all the activities that you will be completing for this year's annual integrated planning. Once you have this meeting, you'll be able to start working in your program review form. We have created a detailed video that gives you instructions on how to complete your program review form. So feel free to watch it in case that you want detailed information about this process. As we have mentioned before, this year, or as we have mentioned in other videos, this year we were able to roll over the contents that you submitted for your program review last year. What this means is that a lot of the questions from your program review form will be pre-populated with your answers from last year. And we're anticipating that this is going to save you a considerable amount of time. The program review form needs to be updated by October 30th. This is the deadline by the lead writers, because after that, the deans will have another week to review all its contents or all the contents in the program review form and assess if any changes are needed before the final submission. Once this process happens, or once you complete this activity, you will need to start working in both your strategic plan and your request for resources. There's another set of videos that will give you detailed instructions for completing these two activities. But I can tell you that your strategic plan will need to be updated by the 4th, and so are your requests for resources that they need to be completed by December 4th as well. The requests for resources were rolled over from last year, just like the program review forms. This means that once you go to your request for resources, you will see all your requests from last year. If you're still looking to, if you need the same kind of resources that you requested last time, you will be able to keep those requests. And if you don't need a particular item anymore, you can delete those requests. There is a video, as I said, there is a video in which I provide more detailed instructions about this process. But in general, we also anticipate that this is going to help you to save some time in developing your request for resources. The strategic plan and the request for resources, they will need to be completed by December 4th. Once that happens, there will be a work group with people from different departments in the institution, including the business office, the research office, the grant managers, among other team members, that we will look into your request for resources. The reason why we do this is so that we can identify different things or different items where you might have to add a little more clarity or make any different changes, with the intent of making easier to the committees, to the research committees, to review your requests. Remember, once you submit your request for resources, there will be reviewed by the research committees from San Diego Continuing Education. If you want more information about this, you can go and access the learning module that we created with the timeline for this process. Going back to the work group will review your request for resources, making sure that everything is clear so that the research committees can review your requests. And if we had any feedback, we will give that feedback to you by January 8th. So with that feedback, you will need to go back to your request and apply it so that they can be submitted to the research committees. Once you do this, which has to be done by January 22nd, you'll be pretty much set to go or good to go. From this place, your request will just go through the resource allocation process, and eventually you'll know if your request was funded or not. Again, for more information on that, you can just click on the learning module about the annual integrated planning process timeline. Thank you for watching. In case you have any questions about what I just said here, feel free to use the comment box below this video to ask your questions, or you can also sign up for office hours. Thank you.